So today's topic is nanotechnology. Nanotechnology. So what exactly is nanotechnology? Well, let's start by looking at the word itself and breaking it up into two sections. The first being nano, and the second one technology, which is simply the applications of nano. Now, the word nano itself stems from the Greek word dwarf. So, just like the dwarfs in the Lord of the Rings, nano is very, very small. But exactly how small are we talking? Well, let's consider the Earth. So we have South America, North America, the African continent, and Europe, Caribbean islands. It's a pretty rough sketch. Anyway, the diameter is about 12,700 kilometers. So pretty wide and pretty long. But if we took that quite a few steps forward and looked at the size of a fly, my drawing skills really being put to the test today. The average diameter of a fly is about 1 centimeter or 1/100th of a meter. So this is already 1 billion times smaller than the Earth. So let's take that even smaller and look at a single strand of hair. So a single strand of hair is about 1/250 or 250th of an inch. So in other words, you'd have to place 250 strands of hair side by side to occupy the space of 1 inch. Now, that same strand of hair in the nanodomain is 100,000 nanometers, or, in other words, 1 by 10 to the minus 9 meters, which simply means that it is a billionth of a meter. So as you can see, we're talking really, really, really small. So small that you cannot even see it unless you have very expensive and powerful microscopes. So how do scientists build technologies at that really small scale? So, nano fabrication. Well, there are two main approaches. The first one is the top-down approach. And the second one is the bottom-up approach. Now, these two methods both achieve fabrication at the nanoscale. The first one, get back yellow, starts with a larger mold and continues to remove material until you are left with the desired size. So think of a sculptor who starts with a block of concrete and chips away at it until he gets the shape he wants. So remove material until you've reached the nanoscale. Now, the exact opposite is true for the bottom-up approach. Instead, you start with atoms or groups of atoms, which are called molecules, and you build them just like Lego blocks until you've completed your nanoscale structure. So, just like Lego blocks, it's a bottom-up approach, so as the name infers, and you also get your nanoscale structure. So, with these small dimensions, It is possible that one day robots can be programmed to fix things, to reach places that we can't even see, and even one day perhaps be placed inside a person's body to both search and destroy bad cells such as cancer. So still, what is so special about nano, and why is it different from other macro technologies or bigger technologies? So why nano? Well, when some materials are nano-sized, their properties change and behave different than the bigger versions of those same materials. And when I talk about properties, those include purple, magnetic properties, electronic, the strength of the material, thermal, in other words, their heat capabilities, optical properties, so how they interact with light, and other properties such as surface area and morphology, which is simply the structure of the material. So these changes in properties at the nanoscale bring about new opportunities to improve not only existing technologies, but also to create brand new ones. So to create brand new technologies. So as you can see, there's a lot of opportunity in this domain. Now, to explain this even further, let's look at carbon to understand the differences. So, if you arrange carbon one way, you get diamonds. But if you arrange carbon another way, you get graphite, which is the gray material usually at the end of your pencil. Now, if you arrange carbon again another way, you get coal. But if you arrange carbon the nano way, you get carbon nanotubes, which scientists often refer to as CNTs. Now, what's so special about these carbon nanotubes? Well, for one, they're extraordinarily strong. They're about 100 times stronger than steel. But unlike steel, they're extremely light. So you can see by fabricating and manipulating matter at the nanoscale, we can create new sets of properties, unlike other versions which may not be as useful. So nanotechnology is quite an exciting field. It has the potential to change the world with such a variety of properties. There's lots of room at the nanoscale for big ideas. So let's look at an example.
Nanoparticles can be administered to patients intravenously. They easily float through the bloodstream, seeking out cancer cells wherever they may be hiding. Some nanotechnology is designed to seek out cancer cells and attach to them, using specialized receptors which bind to the tumor selectively. Once bound to the tumor, the nanoparticles send out signals that tell doctors where it's located. This can help accurately visualize tumors that would not show up on conventional medical scans. Other nanotechnology is designed not only to find the cancer cells, but to kill them selectively using specific receptors that attach only to the tumor without injuring nearby normal tissues. With time, the nanoparticles are completely eliminated from the body. These are just two applications of nanotechnology for treating cancer.